Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of Astro-Gravitational Report. I want to say thank you guys for the click, like, shares, the subscribes. I appreciate you, the coffee. And we're going to go get started here. A little bit of learning for the skipping step, particularly about the moon. The moon skipping steps, particularly with when she's T-squaring the south and the north node. So if you take, this is the north node and this is the south node. So the moon is right in here and it squares them, creates a 90-degree angle right here. But we are calling it T-squares because that opposition here creates T. And looking at that T-squaring, particularly in the astrology, that is a very interesting moments because those moments in there is that the moon moves, right? The moon, it moves. So if this is the south node, you're moving from the past, heading towards the future, right? So right in the middle, you have a duality problem, right? But then when you go forward, you meet the future, you're going back into the past. So skipping learning things or skipping things that you're going to need for the future in itself, it's triggered every 14 days. So today we are going to be actually a very special in there. And I'm going to say about this because around 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and that range in afternoon, we are going to see that duality at full force. Why? Okay, because it's going to happen at the 15 degrees. See, the moon is going to be coming to a Sag at the 15 degree. We have both the south and the north node. They are in the 15 degrees. The south node is in Virgo. The north node is in Pisces. Duality signs. And duality that it comes in within duality signs, particularly because they're in the middle of the zodiac sign. See, in the middle of the zodiac sign, this is where the energy is. It is more strong and there. Hi, Glenn. And when the energy is too strong with this, it's going to have these double effects on us. But that is going to be focused in particularly in about the energies of Virgo, of Pisces, and the Sag. A lot of logic. You can talk a logic in there, and you can you can go ahead and look on a spiritual perspective, or you can be a philosopher and so on. But what it's going to need and what has to happen is what? Actions. Okay, actions. And here is that duality right now, because this is all duality signs in there. This duality is going to come in within us and is going to be asking us, have we learned from the past enough so we can go into the future? Have we forget something that we have to bring into the future? So with these energies today, particularly within the moon, we are going to go through it. There's going to be some interesting challenges with this. Particularly, we're talking about that Jupiter, and right now it's beginning to really opposing Pluto. There, the Sun is T-squaring, which is another key step of the authority, because right now the authority, the Sun, is in Scorpio. And even that energy is going to be putting so much within ourselves because we haven't healed things. Pluto is very powerful at the moment. He's like, it's time to getting into a new, different, totally different way in life. And this is where you're beginning to understanding what? Emotions create energy, and the energy creates magnetism, and the magnetism creates the gravity that accepts and rejects things within you. And there, So with all this that it's going on, particularly how you're working on it, and it depends how you're perceiving things in there. You maybe get up and there is no energy. You maybe have to deal with a lot of taking down of things that you do and have to do something else, or simply just in the middle of the day, you just going out and you just decided that you want to take a break. That energy is about to stop fighting changes. Changes that are personally from within you. Because Pluto right now in Aquarius, he's asking you, let go of all old that you know so all new can be embraced. So now with that energies at 7 o'clock in the morning, the sun is still not going to be coming out, but the sun currently is in the divine guidance, and of course the sun it squares Jupiter, it squares Pluto. There is no transformations at this time, right? And Pluto says, you're going to change. I'm going forward with you or without you. We are going forward. It's better with you, but it can go either way. So a lot of this energy, particularly later on at 8 o'clock, is gonna comes in. It's gonna ask you, have you look into the divine? Okay, have you get into the divine orders, because this is coming from both retrograde Neptune and the retrograde Uranus. It's the one thing is like take a look the consequences that you're doing within the friendships into the material world, which is this is from Gemini into Taurus. And we already have Neptune that it's back, exactly back at Pisces. This is like within the minutes of, before death. But now it's telling us like, what are you going to do when are you going to die? What are you going to be in your consciousness? Have you done things? Have you skipped things? So now with the Sun, with Mars, Mercury, and Lilith, they're all in Scorpio. We're going to can have a lot of triggers, a lot of dive into the deep. So when you dive into the deep, and particularly that Neptune is right now in Pisces, you may gonna feel and experiencing this guilty consciousness before dying. Okay, so be mindful of how deep you go. Get your psyche a little bit strong. Okay. A lot of forgiveness. I could have, should have, would have, must, or so on, done it in the past, and you blaming yourself and you feel guilty conscious and so on. No, you do what you do on the basis of the things that you knew. Now you know new things. Now you have to act different way because you understand the consequences of the future actions, and that's what the moon is gonna be trigger us today. I mean, she's gonna put us like on a meat grinder. It's gonna be like, you know what? Take a look. You want a white meat, red meat, how you want it, and so on, and so on. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, I'm here for evolution. Yeah, you need to evolutionize, but you need to learn how to do things. So it's about purging time, okay? That's how it's gonna be feel. 9 o'clock, the inner work is gonna be within Virgo. This is gonna be this energies from Pluto and Neptune. A lot of the divine is going to be coming into the plate in there, and seeing it with this high Casuela, and looking at it with what is we are talking about. The green lights are on. You can go forward. You can move in there, right? But guess what? We have this T-squaring here with the inner work and Virgo. You stay in that hermit mode without doing the work. The divine is telling you where you need to go, right? It's telling you to take these transformations, put the logic why you're changing, and bring it back. So you don't have to have this guilty consciousness when you living this world, or you leave now. At the current moment, you don't have this guilty consciousness within your own self. All right. There's going to be some a lot of communications is going on. This is going to be around 10 o'clock. There are going to be some positive ways in there. The depth is like, you know what, I saw this, my goodness, I saw my own faults, I see the faults with others, how to cooperate. Now I learned that I need to cooperate properly. Now I need to learn how to do the things in a right way. But it's that energies that is going to be leading in there. It is about how you can see more clarity within yourself. Because when you do, you're working for that last degree of Neptune. It's like, you know what? I can leave this world, but I'm happy of everything that I did. You know, those are two different things because now your consciousness, it comes in and work on it. Your left brain is going to be telling you the things of the shadow that you do things within yourself. All right. Later on at noon, we are going to be passing between Venus. Venus right now, she's going to be sextiling the moon a little bit more, finding the intuition of what is going to make a balance. Okay. The moon is beginning to square the knots. This is going to be some intense energies right now. Exactly that 15 degrees is going to be. And now you're going to be feeling at this really living of the past and going towards the future. But at the same time, you're going to feel like, well, I forgot to bring these things to the future. I forgot to get this. It's kind of like you go into a trip, right? And you start putting the things into the car, and all of a sudden, you know what? I don't need this, but I forgot to bring this. Well, I don't have enough space. I have to take some of the stuff out. Am I going to need them? And so on. And here is that duality that comes in. I'm just giving you a little bit of example on there. So now, as the moon is going into the ascendant, we see this energy that it's coming to us. It's like that I'm losing my mind. And I mean, why I have to doubt anything and everything? You do. So that way you can have a better, clear, precise mental picture in yourself. Okay? All right. Keeping on going. At 1 o'clock, that energy, as I said, is going to come in. The inner work is going to pass through the sun. Right now, the sun, it sees this intensified energies from Pluto. And Pluto says, you're not changed, you're not transformed. Where you think you are going, sir? Okay? You are preparing for this trip. You are getting into for this, but you have not changed yourselves. So you're going to repeat the same things you repeat in the past. Wait a minute. Change yourself. Change your thinking. Change your process. Okay? Find a different, new ways, right? Challenges of Aquarius. Take a look what you have in Aquarius and how that's affecting you, and particularly if you have something in the first degrees of Scorpio. Particularly in your progressive chart, the natal chart is okay, but in the progressive chart, if you have something, you're going to get some triggers. All right. 2 o'clock, the inner work is going to be with Mars and Lilith in there. Mars is like, okay, let's acting on these things. Let's get these things in a better perspectives out there. Let's open it up. Let's expose the shadow. Let's get in there, right? I want to have what? Clear consciousness. I don't want to feel guilty anymore. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to get into this situations because I want to be an emotion now. I feel a good emotions. I feel a good within the energies to grow. I mean, that energies right now with Mars, which is actions within the shadow, can lead to two ways. Either you're going to grow the shadow from within you, okay, or you're just going to outgrow the shadow, grow and mature within the family, and have a clear consciousness within you. All right. At 3 o'clock, we're going to see some more of this energies that's going to be preparing us for this. We're going to see this energy as remind us about yesterday. What did you do yesterday? Have you properly prepared for today? And some of you are going to find out that you missed the important work from yesterday. And this is what is, there is an old saying, Never leave yesterday jobs for tomorrow, right? Because you're doing nothing today. She's keeping it. And that's what the step is. So, feeling it down within, Pluto was going to be a reminder about it. It's like, you should change, you should do the things. If you haven't watched the yesterday's report, I suggest you to do it in there. So, in the next hour at 4 o'clock, we're going to have the inner work with the moon. The moon right now is looking at to Venus, and Venus is like, come here with the love. Put the love within there, and I'm going to help you to transform. Okay? I'm going to help you to get into the North Node. But you need to understand, it's going to asking some transformations. Okay? Things has to change. Nothing change, everything's going to be the same. You're going to be the same, you're going to be acting the same, you're going to make the same mistakes, and you're learning nothing. Okay? So now, after all those intense energies, we are going to see some a little bit more peace around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. This is going to be some more totally calm down, emotional, vibrational energies. Is like, okay, I'm doing the work. I'm getting into this. I'm gonna get to. I got the importance, and that is all this point. Okay, you got to the importance. Now the moon moves out of that square with the south node, and that energy is comes in and to be more clear. The moon, it's already at 18 degrees, so it's about 3 degrees aspects that it's very kind of like a critical. And you're going to see how the duality towards the past, it's kind of like a disappearing. But the moon, it's heading where? It's heading towards the North Node. So hopefully by now, you look at it within yourself, what kind of thoughts, patterns you're going to be taking to the future with you. What kind of like keeping a culture or religious beliefs, or what kind of things you're gonna get within you into the new higher self that you're trying to build from within yourself, and what things you're gonna have to let it go. All right, the next hour, the inner work is gonna be with Pluto. Transformations is in order, certain changes is in order. So Uranus, it's coming into the event horizon, right? You're gonna see some, it's gonna coming out above the event horizon. And we have the midheaven, the inner work is gonna be with Pluto. Pretty big 12th house, pretty big 10th and 9th house in there. But what we are talking about, the big 12th house, okay? The 12th house is going to be from Gemini to pretty much the whole Taurus and pretty much most of it of Aries. So we have to work on what? Friendships, what do we do and how we proceed with material world and how to heal ourselves, which is going to be Aries. So, in the next hour, this is going to be at 8 o'clock. We're going to see some, the ascendant from Gemini is going to be pointing out these divine energies with Chiron towards Mars, Mercury, and the mean Lilith. And that is at the moments when you're going to be realizing really things. Today is a very good thing to work on that, to put these actions of Mars, to develop and act from dignity, honesty, patience into your shadow. Now you're going to open this little box. And you open this little box, it's just like a gateway. And it opens all your what? Abilities, capabilities, dreams that you ever dream about it. And how to achieve them. But they were hidden in the shadow. They were hidden into this darkness. Because you were what? You were programmed You are told what to do instead of be free. Now, since you understand the freedom within yourself, you open that box. And now everything, it's coming more clear to you. I hope if you did your inner work. All right. At 9 o'clock, we're gonna see the ascendant is gonna be at Cancer. This is gonna be some emotional times. It's gonna be matching with the midheaven. Very beautiful, beautiful water trine in the first degrees of the water signs. A lot of emotions. Some of the people can cry. Some of the people is gonna be a shower meditation. That is it. When you go to the shower and with your thoughts, with your prayers, just allow the water to cleanse you. Okay. So with this energies, some of the people is going to be happy. Some of the people won't. Why? Because the inner work is squaring Uranus. You don't like the sudden changes. You don't like this improvements that pushing you to supernatural. These things to investigate spirituality. You don't like all that stuff. You want to go back into the earth. Go back to the earth, but carry with you the heavens. Get your heads on the clouds, put your feet on the ground. So you can be a conduit how to bring the heaven on earth. Purpose, that is your purpose. It's been done it with you when you were born. Okay? The question is you cannot accomplish this because you are told what to be, you are told what you should do, and so on and so on. So take it away from this. So now, when you go back to this, you're not going to feel what? You're not going to feel guilty consciousness within your soul. Right? Hope. All right, well, the energy on the next hour at 10 o'clock is going to be some increase. The ascendant is going with Jupiter. Again, it's the same thing like in the past, I don't know, it's pretty much a few weeks in there. The Jupiter, it stays at around 11 o'clock in there. And it's been squaring Pluto, and it's right now with all this energies that comes in with the Sun, who it's coming into all this intensity. The authority doesn't know what to do. It's about cardinal changes. Okay, that's it. Cardinal changes because it's required, those changes. Otherwise, we are all insane here on the earth. We're going to keep doing the same thing. We're going to drag the past with us. We're all going to act the same. We're not going to learn anything new. Keep on going. Right? Well, guess what's going to happen? When we stop evolving, we are devolving. Right? We are going down. Okay? So this is going to be some kind of like a lot of reflections. This could be a trigger, a lot of family issues, the family that you grow up and so on and so on. And now Pluto is asking for these deep transformations. Okay? Be mindful what do you have in the first degrees and the last degrees of Cancer. The first degrees of Leo and the last degrees of Cancer. Because this is going to be the challenges you are going to have if you have something out there. And that was it, astro-gravitational report for today. I'm going to be giving you a heads up for in the morning. What's going to happen in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, we're going to have some a lot of things that going on. The moon, okay, is going to be moving up. She's going to be at that 25th degrees of Sag in there, and she's going to be what? In divine energies with Jupiter. And that is usually one of the people is like, you know what? I see the energies, the green lights from the spirit, and now that's what I need to go. All right? You want to look into the divine guidance. But Neptune and Saturn is going to be square at the moon. It's like, be mindful what kind of projections you're making within you. More about this warning about projections, we're going to talk about tomorrow. All right, guys. I want to say thank you for coming in. Thank you for the click, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. And to come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report. Much love to you and good luck.